Today we're going to continue talking about the significance of Christ's words, "It is finished." I mean, what he was really saying was, mission accomplished. I've completed the task, Father, that you have before me. The passage that I think of when I think of the cross is Romans chapter 5. Romans chapter 5 verse 1 says this, "Therefore, since we have been justified by faith, we have peace with God." You know, Christ on the cross became our peacemaker. That we came into this world under wrath. We came into this world under sin. You see that in Ephesians 2, that we were dead in our trespasses and sins in which we once lived according to the prince of the power of the air, and we were by nature children of wrath. So we come into this world under sin, under God's wrath, and we need someone, namely Christ, to take us out. Well, it says a little bit more in Romans 5 that I want you to hear today. In Romans chapter 5, verse 9, it says this, Since therefore we've been justified by His blood. Now that's a picture of the cross, that Christ bled for us. Since we've been justified by His blood, and the word for justification literally means to be counted as righteous. So you and I, through faith in Christ, have been justified or counted righteous, not based on anything that we've done, but based on what Christ has done. He says, how much more shall we be saved by Christ from the wrath of God? Now this is a radical way to look at the Christian life, but I want you to see it anyway. That God sent Christ to die on the cross to save you and to save me from God. You know, that's a radical way to think about it, that Christ came to save us from God. But scripturally speaking, that's exactly what Romans 5:9 says. It says, if we have been justified by His blood, how much more shall we be saved by Him from the wrath of God? That's why it says in the book of 1 John that He has become our propitiation, that Christ is our wrath-removing sacrifice, that Christ has received the wrath that we deserved. Y'all, that is very, very good news, that when Christ said it is finished, what He is saying is this, I have paid the payment so that you won't have to. I hope you find great peace and great rest in the fact that Christ has absorbed the wrath and therefore you're not going to have to.